Hello to hello to anybody who might be watching right now. Testing out the mics. There's about 20 minutes left in warm-ups, so this game will be started very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mini Mullins Center where your UMass Minute Women are taking on the URI Rams in the second game of this series. The last series of the semester, UMass had a great game last night, defeated the Rams 5-0. James, let's hear a little bit about last night's matchup.
Yeah, so UMass won 5-0, but Kelsey Partridge had an amazing game. She had 1 goal, 1 assist, and 1 UMass Dining Player of the Game. And now she has 4 goals and 3 assists, total of 7 points. Hannah Gromko leading the goal scorers with 6 goals now, and total of 8 points. And Ivory Arguin, 3 goals, 3 assists, total of 6 points.
Yeah, a bunch of leading scorers on this team. Like you said, Gromko leads with 8 points, but Partridge, Little, and Pearson all tied with 7 right now. The defenseman in Shelby Little had a great game last night. She's now tied for second place. But like you said, Kelsey Partridge, the UMass Dining Player of the Game last night. She had an incredible matchup and completely new starting lineup tonight. We've got Kelsey Partridge and Shay McDonald, both of which had a goal last night. Now centered by Joanna Zhu. All 3 of those girls moved up to the first line. And on defense, it will be number 5, Riley Evans, who had an assist last night, paired with her partner from last night, Hope Viskovitz. And in net, the freshman, number 31, Sophie Shipton. Up until this point, Shipton has only played in 2 games. She's got a 1.30 goals against and a 947 save percentage. Some incredible numbers. Unfortunately, she's behind one of the best goalies we could have in Sarah Matthews. But she gets the start tonight. Shipton will be in between the pipes. Matthews obviously had an incredible game last night, had a shutout. Let's talk a little bit about Matthews.
Yeah, she had over 20-plus saves. Amazing job by her. And I guess we'll see Sophie Shipton. She's really good, too.
Not quite sure how much of that you got there. That was the national anthem, but the starting lineup, we got the starting lineup for the URI Rams. It will be Kiara Sweeney and It will be Kiara Sweeney and Jaron Chubb, I believe, centered by Mackenzie McCarthy on forward. And on defense, it will be number 5, Jillian Johannes, and her partner, number 18, Sage Moore. And in net, the incredible number 1, Amelia Lambert. After last night, Lambert is what I believe to be the backup goalie for this team, but just had such an impressive performance last night that the Rams had to put her back in net tonight. She's 0-3 in her starts with a 7.5 goals against average and an 880 save percentage. But both of those numbers went up last night, even letting in 5 goals. Her numbers were incredible. Her play was incredible, even if the numbers don't exactly reflect that. And if she plays anything last night, this is going to be a tough matchup for the UMass Minute Women forwards. Zoo on the faceoff against McCarthy. Zoo wins it, draws it back to Viskovitz. McDonald now centers, turnover to the Rams. Rams struggled a lot with the breakouts last night. We'll see if that changes at all. Well, they have a turnover of their own now. Minute Women now entering the zone. McDonald has it in her feet. Partridge now down low. Chip out. Viskovitz goes to collect. She's being hawked by 2 Rams now. Gets the pass off. Turnovers in the neutral zone. Back and forth. No team really collecting control yet. Viskovitz now in her own end. Pass it off to McDonald. McDonald to Zoo right up the middle. Zoo loses control. Viskovitz keeps it in. Now URI with a chance to recover.
URI seems like they're having more composure this game and better puck movement.
Absolutely, yeah. They've come out with a full head of steam, now defending in their own zone, but it's no match for Abby Dunn, the playmaker, centering feed. Wow, puck was loose there. Not sure if Lambert knew what was going on. I don't know if they'll count that as a shot on net. It was some discombobulation in front of the net. I'm not sure what that was all about, but nonetheless, UMass still with the advantage here, looking to set up a play. Another feed. Can't find Shapiro in the slot. So Evans now with time to recover. They will call that icing.
Yeah, if there was a rebound on that play, that would have gone in. If there was a UMass player right there. That was a loose puck right in front of the net.
Absolutely. And these two teams have come out with a fire. Maybe it's because the last time they saw each other was 14 hours ago on the same sheet of ice. These are two teams that know each other very well. It's an early morning matchup. URI looking to strike early, and UMass stepping up to the challenge. Little now into her own neutral zone. The captain, Shelby Little, we said she had a great game last night. Back and forth. URI escapes their own zone, though. Tries to chip in, swallowed by the captain. Strong breakout pass there from Kennedy Pearson, one of the leading scorers on this team, trying to facilitate a breakout, but URI now. Centering pass, shot on net, and a goal. URI, after 3 scoreless periods against the Minute Women, strikes fast, strikes early, less than 3 minutes into this game, a little over 2 minutes into this game. URI, what a goal.
Yeah, first shot on goal, it just goes in. And URI didn't even have a goal last game. And now they're coming strong with a strong forecheck. And that was an amazing goal, just easy for them.
Shipton facing her first real test early in this game. There's another one. She swallows that one up. Breadbasket shot. It's a bit of a blow to the confidence when you let one in as a goalie. What does Shipton need to do to bounce back from that, you think, James?
I think she just has to maintain her composure. If there's shots pretty far or pretty up close, she has to just, like this.
Oh, she faces another big shot from the point there. Thankfully, wide left, so Shipton didn't have to worry about this one. Now moving with a full head of steam. This is Julia Williams' shot, goes right. Big takeaway from last night's game was how UMass used their speed to their advantage. Much faster team than URI, so those fast breaks were easy to come by. Williams showing off the fast feet just now. Here's Williams again with the wraparound feed out front, but Lambert spreads out for that one.
It seems like she's known for just doing the bear crawl, the army crawl, and like just laying down and making the saves.
The army crawl is correct. Lambert's signature move. She goes to her stomach almost every time. If I was coaching the Midwomen, I would tell them to shoot high. You know Lambert's going down on anything. Another low shot blocked away by Lambert. Evans looks to keep it in. Can't. This is Shea McDonald now. Passes it off to Joanna Zhu. Zhu shot. Disconnected. Partridge now on the half wall. Partridge with a shot. That one goes off of Lambert's shoulder and off the glass. Viskovits from the point now.
They took your advice right there, shooting high.
Just now you got to find the net instead of going right over. I guess that one did go off Lambert's shoulder, but bodies flying everywhere on the half wall. URI looks to break it out. They've struggled with this in the past, and there's a turnover to Viskovits. But here comes number 12. This is Jaron Chubb. Wow, backhander, but Shipton has the answer for it. I think she tried to go top left on the backhand. Tricky play for Chubb, but I admire the confidence.
Yeah, that was a decent shot for backhand to top left. Wow.
UMass can't control the breakout turnover, but Bonfilio was offsides. It's clear from watching URI that the offense runs through number 2, Isabella Bonfilio. She's one of the team's leading scorers alongside Neve Brereton. They both have 2 goals, 4 assists for a total of 6 points. But someone to watch out for tonight is Jenna Stevens, number 21. She actually leads the Rams in goals with 4. Minutewomen now down low, try to feed the point. Dunn recovers. Dunn down low. Backhand pass. Doesn't connect.
UMass trying to gain their forecheck back and hopefully gain a better offensive possessions.
Chip out for the Rams. 2-on-1 with a back checker now. Defense there just in time. Ushers, number 27, Neve Brereton, just brought her up. She can't find the inside of the ice. Spack now down low. Dunn looking for a breakout. She flips it out, recovered by URI. A hard dump in. That was just over the red line. Great play there from the URI defenseman in Sage Moore. Moore now heads to her own end to recover. They will call that icing, though.
It's been mainly URI right now in the offensive zone. Not that much neutral zone play, but I mean, UMass just needs to get a better forecheck and gain offensive composure right now.
Yeah, and a highlight of last night was the impressive defensive play on behalf of the Minutewomen. They've been keeping those forwards to the outside, not letting up great scoring opportunities. And they've kept that same composure tonight, haven't really let anybody in front of Shipton. Obviously, they let up 1 goal earlier, but their play has been solid so far. New starting line, like I said, Evans and Viskovits. But next pair in Shelby Little, the captain, and Lila Roach are definitely a force to be reckoned with. Shot on net, deflected, but Shipton answers. Tricky play for Shipton there. I'm surprised that she was able to compose herself that well in such a complicated situation. There was a shot on net from URI. I believe it was deflected off of Little's stick, or maybe it was Roach's stick, one of the defensemen, and that shot on net, Shipton. Impressive save. Julia Williams recovers on the draw, moving with a full head of steam. She passes it off to Kelly Balerna. Shot from the point for the Minutewomen. That goes wide right. Another shot on net. Defenseman not afraid to get in on the action. That was a shot from Abby Malquit. Now rimming it around. URI looking for the breakout. They try to chip out, but can't get past Malquit. Oh, little pushing and shoving. Bodies flying right in front of us here. Defense with a chance to recover for URI. No icing on the call. UMass chance to recover. Shipton facilitates the offense, passes that off to number 14, Sarah Dunford. Dunford with a high clear off the glass. No icing call. Zoo has it down low all by herself. Everybody went for a change. She fights off 2 Rams by herself, still with control of the puck now. Zoo on the half wall. Drops it down to Partridge. Partridge. Shot. Rebound. Shot from the point. Also blocked away. UMass, a firing squad out there right now. They are peppering Lambert with everything. They've got another one on net, shied away. Malquit sends it down low to McDonald. McDonald loses control. Zoo gets involved. URI, chance to recover here. Chip out, turnover. McDonald with open ice. Shot low, blocked away by Lambert. Partridge to McDonald. McDonald tries to flip it up. Lambert with control.
Nice save by Lambert right there, getting on her backside and makes a save with her glove right there.
Yeah, full extension per usual from Lambert. Gets on top of those low shots, and it's a danger down low.
UMass has 9 shots on goal right now, and URI has 4 shots on goal.
Yeah, a similar theme from last night. UMass led in shots all night, and they still do 9-4. Yet to find the back of the net, but a lot of hockey left. We're not even halfway through the first period in this early bird special, an 11:20 game. No better way to spend your Saturday than at the Mini Mullins. This is shaping up to be a great game so far. Both teams with a lot of speed. And URI striking first. A little bit of a different story than last night. So UMass on their heels for the first time in these 2 matchups. Well, Dunn tries to skate through 3 different Rams and only makes it through 2, but she's got another opportunity here. It's just her and the defenseman. She passes it off. Dunn again with the puck. Can't get a decent shot off there. Tried to give it off to the leading goal scorer in Hannah Gromko.
I feel like that was a missed opportunity there, but a little contact.
Yeah, Evans edged to the outside. Took down the captain, Spack. URI with a shot blocked upwards from Shipton. Defense can't get control of it. Shot in the slot. Shipton with control, and UMass defending their net. Evans with the imposing presence, not afraid to shove the other team's captain in Claire Falcone. Great job by the UMass defense, making sure they're protecting their goalie in Shipton.
Yes, that was an amazing job. Just protect your goalie. Your goalie means a lot to your team, and amazing job from UMass.
Well, not the most high chance shot on that one, but Shipton easily recovers it outside of her crease. UMass will face another defensive zone draw. On the draw, this is number 18, Ivory Arguin. UMass wins the draw. Little and Roach on defense. Little tries to facilitate a breakout. Stretch pass, nobody home. That will be icing.
It's been a really close matchup so far. It's almost the same amount of shots on goal, and UMass has displayed a great defensive game so far.
And they need to keep it up. This is their 3rd defensive zone face-off in a row. Arguin still on the dot. URI takes this one. Shot from the point wide. This is Leah Collins, number 4, trying to get some movement going for the Rams. But Roach down low now, chips it up. Deflects off the skate of Little. URI trying anything they can. Little collects down low. She's looking up ice. I think Little might try to do this by herself now. Shot on net. Rebound. Can't quite get control, but Lambert ends up on top. Bodies flying in front of the net. Great offensive opportunity. Little playing out of position, does it by herself, gets the shot on net, bounced right off of Lambert's glove. There was a bit of commotion. UMass not able to bury it, but more importantly, they get out of their own zone. Now they'll take an offensive zone draw. Little at the point. Passes it off to Williams. Williams on the half wall now, passes back up to Little. Little shot on net, blocked. Roach tries to keep it in. Gains control. Great play by Roach, holding the line there. Pass it off to Balerna. Balerna trying to get something going now. Williams looks to stop this. Wrapped around. Karlstein and Balerna in a bunch of battles over there. It's been back and forth action, not looking to give up yet. A lot of stick checking and those fights, but now UMass head full of steam. Julia Williams, we've seen it earlier in this game, uses her speed to her advantage, gets a shot on net, deflected by Lambert, and URI heading the other way now. They've had trouble in the neutral zone, and that is the recurring theme. Little again looking up ice. Goes by a Ram, looking for another shot on net. That one is deflected away into the glass. Little facilitating the offense as a defenseman, but now it's just her in a 2-on-1. URI lose their footing. That was Bonfilio who lost her footing there, couldn't get past Little. And McDonald now enters the zone by herself. Shot on net. McDonald in a puck battle down low. URI kicks it away, looking for the breakout. Off of the skate of Neve Brereton. UMass now with control, enters the zone. This is Sarah Dunford.
It really looks like URI just wants to get this out of their zone right now.
Absolutely. They're in survival mode right now. They finally send it all the way down. No icing is the call. Breakout pass to Dunford, who can't control it. This one will be icing.
Really close game right now, Cam. I feel like URI is playing way better than yesterday. They have played amazing defensively, and they're only allowing 8 shots on goal so far.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been all URI so far. Back and forth, but URI obviously with the lead. We got a scoreboard update for you there. URI leads 1-0. That goal happened a little bit earlier. Apologies that wasn't changed yet. Shot from the point for URI, wide left.
A lot of power on that shot.
Yeah, a lot of power on that shot. That is the starting defenseman in Jillian Johannes, but UMass now. Joanna Zhu down low. Circles around, looking for a pass. Instead, she shoots on net. A high shot there. Lambert stays on her feet. Grabbed that one.
Really high glove save right there and a high shot.
Yeah, a low chance shot. We saw Zhu was sort of near the half wall area by the far hash and just tried to get a shot off. UMass needs to start trying to set up some offensive zone maneuvers here, set up some scoring opportunities. They had a little bit of difficulty making 2 passes last night. They could connect on one, but when it came to making that second pass to set up a scoring opportunity, they couldn't quite connect. Let's see if UMass can bounce back right now.
It looks like UMass is on a power play right now. 5 versus 4. URI just got a penalty.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that one. Evans with the slap shot rebound. Lambert covers. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but regardless, Jillian Johannes, we were just talking about her. She gets sent to the box. 2-minute penalty. UMass with their first power play of the game. It's Little and Evans on the point. Evans now looking for another shot, loses control. Backhand pass to number 17, Lily Sparrow, the assistant captain. Sparrow now again. Shoots left, rebound. Shot on net from Shapiro, also blocked. Evans now to Little. Little shot from the outside, blocked by Lambert. Little on the half wall. Slows down the offense, centering feed, can't find it. URI sends it all the way down. Shipton needs to recover. Quick pass off to Evans. They're trying to head back the other way. Catch URI on their heels, but that one will be an icing. Great idea from the Minutewoman there. They saw URI going for the change. Shipton trying to facilitate the offense there. Couldn't quite connect on the breakout. Now UMass taking it in defensive zone faceoff, but they are on the power play, so with the player advantage. Draws it back to Little. Little and Evans still out there. Dunn goes for a change. Passes it up to Pearson. Kelsey Pearson down low now. Backhand. Turnover. URI now. Tries to send it all the way down, but that puck is into the bench. Heads up.
Yeah, she just passed it straight to URI defender, and they just sent it all the way out.
Yeah, when you're on the power play, it allows a lot more time to slow the game down, try to set up those scoring opportunities I was talking about, but UMass didn't get a chance to do that. Evans is out. Viskovitz is in. Little still on the line. Little holds it in. Passes that one all the way over to number 20, Hannah Gromko. 27. That is Shelby Little. Little with the shot. Wide right. Viskovitz keeps it in. URI sends that one all the way down, and with 10 seconds left, last gasp for UMass. They need to try to take this player advantage with everything they've got. Entering the zone with speed, but they are called offsides with 2 seconds left on the power play. UMass.
URI has had a great penalty kill this possession, and wow, it's a whole change since last game yesterday.
Yeah, they've cleared the zone at least 3 times so far. So UMass with 2 seconds to set something up. They hand over the draw to URI, who chips out. Player coming out of the box. Even strength here as Julia Williams enters the zone, tries to split the defenders. Balerna now down low. Loses control. Carlstein keeps it down low. Balerna in the corner. Loses control again. Bonfilio moving with a head full of steam. Dumps the puck. Now a foot race between Abby Malquit and the Rams forward. URI pass down low. Bonfilio can't control it. Slot. That shot away. UMass unable to escape their own zone so far. You're letting up a couple of good scoring opportunities, but here comes Malquit doing it by herself, out of position now. Enters zone, shot on net. She follows her shot down low, passes it off to Balerna. Balerna now below the net. Looks for the centering feed. She finds it, but it doesn't connect. McDonald was coming in head full of steam. Perfect scoring opportunity, but could not collect that pass. Difficult play for the Minutewomen, but that one will be icing, and they'll head all the way back down.
Did you see Lambert on that shot? It was all the way outside of blue. That was really risky by her, but it was a good stop.
Yeah, not afraid to leave her crease, make the play come to her instead of vice versa. Zhu on the face-off, wins it. Turnover to URI. This is number 12, Jaron Chubb, the starting right winger. Can't get anything going. Zhu now in the neutral zone, makes a nifty move, enters the zone along with McDonald and Partridge. Pass it off to Partridge. Partridge down low, shot, save by Lambert.
Nice save by Lambert right there. Saved with the glove, then brought it into her knee for a nice save.
Yeah, that was a great play by Partridge as well, setting up that shot. Unfortunately, it was just right into the gut of Lambert, so she had an easy save on that one. Zhu now trying to set something up. A shot of her own. That one's deflected. Partridge now. No, nothing there. URI now moving with speed. They enter the zone. Little now passes it up to McDonald, who gives it back to Little, and Little's moving now. Little enters the zone by herself along with Partridge. Shot deflected high into the glass. URI with a spinning backhand breakout, which I am not shocked didn't work. Delayed penalty on the minute women here. URI with the woman advantage. They pull the goalie, trying to set up an offensive zone maneuver, but they cannot. UMass gains control of the puck. Delayed offsides. I'm not sure what that was. Perhaps a tripping call. We'll see right here in a second. I believe that's a cross check on Abby Dunn. Ref giving the X symbol. Correct me if I'm wrong. Regardless, Dunn will serve the 2-minute minor. UMass playing on the penalty kill for the first time this game.
I feel like UMass can't really afford that right now. It's a tight situation, and there's almost 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Yeah, they will spend almost the entire rest of the first period on the penalty kill. Doing great so far. Evans and Viskovitz on the penalty kill alongside their wingers. Let up a shot there, but Shipton with an easy save. Now head full of steam. This is Lily Sparrow alongside her winger Maya Shapiro. Just trying to play a little defense. So far, they try to clear the zone, but it's collected by the captain, Spack. Spack now in her own zone. Couldn't connect on the breakout pass. Gives Viskovitz a chance to recover down low. Viskovitz makes a move. Passes it over to Evans. UMass able to send that one all the way down as they go for the change. Wrap around, right out front. Shot saved by Lambert.
What a sliding save. She did like a little baseball slide to make that save.
Yeah, and a great opportunity. Right place, right time for Ivory Arguin. Couldn't bury that. Excuse me. Couldn't bury that one, but way to find her spot on the rebound there. 46 to go on the penalty kill. 1.5 minutes left in the period. On the draw, it's Ivory Arguin and her line mate Hannah Gromko on the line. It's Abby Malquit and Sarah Dunford looking for the answer. And then Amelia Lambert, remember last night, scoreless after 1. So UMass might still need a chance to warm up against the Rams. Didn't have a goal in the first period last night, and things keep heading this way. They'll remain scoreless.
That is true. UMass did catch fire in the second period yesterday, and let's see if it works out in the second period again.
I think tonight today there's a little bit more of an excuse in this early morning matchup. Maybe it was a late Friday night for some of the Minutewomen. A little groggy this morning. They're shaking it off, though. The penalty kill has been effective. They take an offensive zone draw on the power play. Not the penalty kill, rather. Sorry, the power play. Oh, no. It is the penalty kill. What am I saying? I had it right the first time. UMass still on the penalty kill. Zhu on the draw. URI loses their footing. Zhu on top of it. Spinning a backhand. Tries to center the feed, but Bonfilio in a 1-on-3 now sends that one down low. Evans rims it around. Shot from URI. Zhu tries to send that one all the way down. It's off of the defenseman in Olivia Johnson. Johnson ate that breakout, what would you call it? A clear. Williams using her speed to her advantage, wins the foot race. Oh, but she goes down in a heap. She looks to be all right. She gets up to her feet. I think that was a lot uglier than it really was. Lost her footing, and with that speed, it was an ugly play. But the shot there from Sarah Dunford, the defenseman, lets one rip. Lambert collects that one as well. UMass now off of the penalty kill, a successful kill. 25 seconds left. They lead in shots 19-9, but in the score, it's a different story. URI still leads 1-0, 25 seconds to go. UMass with one last push here. Lila Roach from the point, lets it go. Wow, that one was straight to the stick of Carrie Balerna, who shoots that one on net, but Lambert collects it again, tapping this post. Lambert is confident right now. She is loose.
Yeah, Lambert has 20 saves in the first period.
Yeah, she's had a great game so far. Shot from the outside from Williams, another one collected by Lambert. They're giving her everything they've got, but Lambert is just calm, cool, and collected. Carlstein on the draw. Roach tries to keep it alive. Carlstein in a puck battle on the far half wall. Little keeps it in. And again, as time expires on the first period here, like I just said, URI leads with a 1-0 advantage, but UMass leads in shots 21-9 and has been very impressive on offense as well as defense. They've only let up 9 shots so far, one of which being a goal, obviously, but defense just as incredible as they were last night. James, what does UMass need to do to come out in the second period and tie this game up?
I feel like UMass is having a lot of opportunities on offense. We just need to make it through. We have to shoot maybe some higher shots, a little bit lower than they have been doing, but they are playing great defensively, only allowing 9 shots so far, and I think Sophie Shipton's having a great game so far.
Absolutely, she definitely is. And if it's anything like last night, the Minute Women will come out and have 4 goals in the next period, but perhaps that's wishful thinking. Regardless, we'll see you in a little less than 15 minutes here on WMUA Sports on YouTube. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. End of the first intermission here in Amherst, where your Minute Women are trailing to the URI Rams in the second game of this last series of the semester. It is a cold day in December. The Christmas spirit is alive, wrapping things up in the semester. It's final season. There's a lot going on, but on the plate of the Minute Women, most importantly, is this matchup. Taking it one period at a time. The second period in last night's game was by far one of the best periods of the entire season for the Minute Women, so hopefully they can recreate a little bit of that magic. James, what do you think about the first?
Yeah, so UMass is leading 0-1, but we do have 21 shots on goal. It's just Amelia Lambert is making so many saves and so many great saves. URI only has 9 shots on goal. They are not having that many shot opportunities, but UMass just needs to capitalize. They need to get better shots on goal.
Right. Shipton hasn't really been tested yet. I believe one of her first shots was the first goal of the game. So maybe Shipton came out a little slow, a little foggy. Can we get a camera on Lambert, please? Oh my, look at this warm-up. Just straight splits. I think you got a little bit of it there. That was just shades of Amelia Lambert. I had to put the camera on her for a second there. That was just her go-to move. She goes into the full split. She loves that action on the ground. So I think that UMass, like I said earlier, needs to target that a little bit. But the URI bench is getting things going on the face-off. This is Joanna Zhu against Mackenzie McCarthy to start this second period on the draw. It goes to URI, who enters the zone with speed. Evans now with a chance to recover. A little bit of miscommunication, but it ends up going right to the stick of Sarah Dunford. Pass it up to Partridge in the neutral zone. Partridge tries to split the defenders, but ends up on a knee. Viskovitz playing a little out of position now, trying to defend that red line. She's backed up by Partridge. Evans now tries a chip breakout pass. Ends up in the hands of Partridge. Now to Zhu down low. Pass it off. Shot on net. Deflected by Lambert. McDonald on both knees now. Trying to get something going. Got 3 forwards on one side and a shot over the net for Dunford. Needs to lower that one a little bit, but they are following my plan of a little bit of a higher shot. Net is off. I'm not sure if refs got an eye on that one, and they do.
Yeah,
Lambert
taking more higher shots, as you can see right there. It was a little bit too high, but as you can see to start off this period, a lot of people are falling down. It's getting a little bit physical.
Yeah, this is definitely shaping up to be one of the more physical matchups that the Minute Women have seen. We saw it at the end of last night's game. They got a little chippy, but I think that's just because URI was down and they wanted a little revenge. But this seems to just be a physical matchup tonight. New lines out there now. This is a puck battle. Dunn and Sparrow fighting for it down low. That's out of play and towards us. Recovered by a fan.
What a catch there. Only if we could get that on camera.
Yeah, I mean, that was right into the fan section. I believe that was a URI dad on the recovery there. Good heads-up play. They'll take this draw in the UMass offensive zone. URI ends up with control after the face-off. And now a foot race. Swallowed up by 4 Minutemen. Chance to slow the game down. They try to cram it up the wall to no avail. Back down low now. It's Roach to Little. Little with a stretch pass. Can't quite find Shapiro there, but no icing. Shapiro with the pass out front. Rebound. Still with control. That was Lily Sparrow on that play there. She was on her backhand. Couldn't get a decent enough shot off on that play, but great heads-up play from Shapiro to get down there. The no icing call recovered the puck and set up a good scoring opportunity, really giving Lambert a run for her money here.
Yeah, I'm surprised there was no icing call there. it looked apparent that there might have been.
Yeah, regardless, Minute Women did with that play what they pleased. Now on the draw is Ivory Arguin. URI with the advantage now. Blue line defended by Sarah Dunford. Talked about that physical play earlier. Dunford not afraid to get in the action a little bit. Malquit now. Dunford tries to get it out of the zone. Can't quite do it. But of a flipped shot on net from the defender in Emma Ryan from URI. Chip out by the Minute Women. No icing is the call, I believe. Yes, URI recovers down low, but hawked by two different Minute Women.
Wow, these are interesting calls. Well, non-calls.
Yeah, they're letting it go a lot here, giving those URI defenders the benefit of the doubt. Now down low, the pass to the slot for Malquit. Nobody home. Dunford keeps it in. Shot on net is deflected away. Centering feed, bounces off a defender. Another shot on net. Puck is still loose. Dunford down low now. Shoots it in the skates of a URI defender.
Hit the rock right there.
URI with one of their cleaner breakouts of the night. They chip in, and on the recovery is Jenna Stevens. Stevens with some physical play, breaks up the play. But Dunford with a stretch pass all the way to Balerna. Balerna with the dump and change.
Balerna might have thought that there's another UMass player coming there, but there wasn't.
Now at the point is Evans. Evans cocks and loads, shoots, and it is deflected away. I think that was off of the knee of a UMass player. Williams down low, shot on net, deflected by Lambert.
Close goals to start off. Well, to start off the second period, yeah.
Evans to Malquit. Malquit dumps it in. URI, chance to recover, sends it past Williams. URI on the breakout now. That has been the difficulty all night, is collecting the puck in the neutral zone for the Rams. They get it into their own zone, but to no avail. This is Spack now right up the middle, flips a shot on net right over Shipton's head. Now at the point, a slap shot deflected. Shipton collects it. Spack again looking to do it all by herself. Williams chips it all the way down. It'll be recovered by Lambert. URI wants to move with a head full of steam here. They don't want the icing call. And a big body contact from Evans, breaking up the play. Lays the body on the captain, Spack from URI. Evans breaking up that play there, gives UMass the opportunity to enter the offensive zone. Back now on defense. This is Viskovich trying to get something going.
I feel like it's the exact opposite this period. URI's having a lot in the offensive zone.
I have to imagine this one will be icing. No icing call. Zoo gets there just in time. She ends up on her backside. Evans will keep it in here. I have to imagine it's a shot. It's deflected, and the goalie lost her blocker. Didn't have eyes on that one. A flurry of UMass offense had me distracted there, but in the chaos, I believe Amelia Lambert lost her blocker.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos happening, a lot of physical play happening in this period. You see people flying out here.
Yeah, this is starting to get a little physical. I am a big fan of that Riley Evans hit there. A lot of legal body contact, just body positioning. It doesn't need to be big blow-up hits. It's just getting your body in the way, breaking up the play. And with a player like Spack, you really need to hold her down and play physical. Penelope Spack, an imposing force out there. So Evans did her job exactly correct. Little now tries to chip it out, collected by URI. That shot was wide left, but the rebound shot. Shipton had eyes on that one. It got a little hairy down there from here. It looked like something might have hit the net, but perhaps that was just Shipton's stick or something. I almost thought there was a goal there for a second, but I should have known that Shipton would collect that one. Not the most high efficiency shot. UMass still leads in shots, 24-12. make that 24-13. Actually, I don't think that one was on net. But Bonfiglio with an attempt of her own. Done with a backhander pass to Maya Shapiro. That was a pretty zone entry, but couldn't make much of it as URI enters the zone now. Shot on net. Shipton, glove, save. Bonfiglio still trying to get to the net. She is not giving up.
Yeah, Shipton is not allowing any more goals so far. She is doing a great job keeping her composure and making sure that nothing gets through her.
Yeah, important to mention, Shipton let in a goal in the first 2.5 minutes, and since then has been playing incredibly well. She's got about 10-plus saves since that. Little commotion in front of the net. The defender in Lily Sparrow not afraid to get in the play there. Actually, I said defender, but she's actually a forward, so even more so impressive that she's protecting the front of the net like that. She wins the draw there, back to Little. Little circles around in her own zone, chips it up the wall, nobody home. This will be no icing. I believe it bounced off of a UMass defender, so now a foot race as Shapiro tries to break up the play, can't get a stick on it. URI with the breakout, Roach collects, and now it's Shapiro again entering the zone. Shapiro loses the puck. URI player gets tripped up, and a chip out right into the upper body of Lily Sparrow. I don't think that was intentional. Pass out front, shot deflected. Little on a knee continues to play. UMass with a flurry of offense here. Well, that was a delayed penalty. UMass tried to pull the goalie. Shipton couldn't quite get there in time. But UMass will go back on the power play as who's heading to the box here? Not quite sure what the penalty was there.
There's multiple. It looked like there was tripping.
Could have been. I thought the ref was going for a hooking motion on that, but
true.
Regardless, the captain in Penelope Spack, one of the better players, you've definitely heard her name a bunch tonight, heads to the bench. That's a big loss for URI as UMass is back on the power play, and they are moving with efficiency. This is Kennedy Pearson now. Pearson enters the zone, pass it over to Evans on the point. Evans with the shot, deflected by Lambert. Back up to Evans on the point. She collects it. Another shot. That one wide left. Little tries to keep it in the zone, but the URI, a penalty killer in Bonfiglio, sends it all the way down. Collected by Shipton, pass over to Evans. Evans over to Gromko. Gromko with a stretch pass, can't find her teammate, but finds the net. Oh, and no call there. Uglier than it really seemed. I think that it was just a lost footing there from Ivory Arguin. Got tripped up a little bit, but to no offense of the URI player there. Clear attempt batted down by Kennedy Pearson. Little now tries to set up the offense.
That was nice hand-eye coordination right there, batting it down.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Pearson, without getting a high sticking call, batted that puck out of the air. About 30 to go on the power play. UMass yet to capitalize. I've had a couple shots on net so far. Can't connect with Kelsey Partridge on that one. Little now with another attempt to set up the offense. That one is to McDonald. Evans sends that one in deep with a slap shot. McDonald on the half wall. Backhand pass Evans at the point. Evans over to Viskovich. Viskovich shot on net. Off a skate, off a stick. Recovered by Malquit.
A little push at the end, you see one of the UMass players falling.
Yeah, that's the price you pay for clogging the front of the net. Joanna Zhu ends up on her backside on that play, but that's exactly what you want. You want to clog lanes, so when a player like Hope Viskovich lets off a beauty of a shot from the point, it bounces off certain players. Lambert has no idea where it is, and hopefully he can find the back of the net. As time expires on the penalty kill here, URI has a player coming out of the box, and that player, who is number 27, Neve Brereton, coming out of the box, sends it right into the zone. URI down low now in a puck battle. Bonfiglio comes away with it. But Joanna Zhu wins the puck battle. Careful the offsides call there. Bonfiglio with a one-on-one with two back checkers on the outside. Lets a shot fly wide right into the glass. This wraps around. It's collected by Alden Carlstein down low. Or rather, Kerry Balerna. Alden Carlstein did get a hold of that puck.
UMass only has 7 shots on goal this period.
Yeah, they've definitely had a couple of great opportunities on that power play. We're yet to capitalize so far. Now even strength, obviously. Dunford keeps it in the zone. And Dunford again gets a stick on it, deflects it so that Viskovich hopefully can get a stick on it. But URI using their speed. That was number 20, Kiara Sweeney. This is a one-on-one between Kerry Balerna and the URI defender. She takes a shot from the outside. Stick save by Lambert. Sends that one into the glass. Dunford pinches, passes down low to Roach. Or Williams, that was. Williams down low, trying to use that speed. URI hemmed into their own zone right now. A turnover, but they do gain control of it. Wow, big body contact, but no call from Sarah Dunford there. A bit of a high hit. Shot from the outside from URI. Blocker save by Shipton. A chip out, and this is a 3-on-1 for the Minute Women, moving with a head full of steam. Pass over to Dunford. Shot on net, wide right. Slot. That's Abby Dunn looking to center the feed. Minute Women can't find the front of the net so far.
Lambert's about to hit 30 saves.
Yeah, yes, she is. Lambert at 29 saves so far. But Pearson down low. Pearson spins around. Pass it to Roach. Roach tries to get the shot off. Deflected. Spack moving now in a foot race with, this is captain on captain as Spack looks to stop Shelby Little. Chip out. Turnover to URI, but UMass ends up with it. This is Kennedy Pearson by herself. Shot deflected. Another shot deflected. Lambert now over 30 saves. Should be at least.
Bodies flying left and right, like we said earlier.
Missed breakout pass. Roach on the recovery. Little will get there first, but either way, it will be icing. They didn't count that one as a shot, so still under 30. Apologize for that. 29 shots on goal for the Minute Women, yet to find the back of the net. 15 for the Rams.
Yeah,
they
so
have
the
one.
Rams have had 6 shots on goal this period.
Well, definitely keeping their pace. They had 9 in the first period, 6 so far with 7 minutes to play here. The offensive zone draw for the Minute Women. Evans and Viskovich on the line. Viskovich with control. Shot on net, recovered by Lambert. Lambert has been opting for a lot of the stick saves recently, batting it to the side, but on that one, covers it up, looks for another draw. This is Zoo centered. This is Partridge and Dunford. Partridge and McDonald centered by Zoo. Zoo on the faceoff. Evans defends the red line. Partridge looks for the pass, deflected by a URI defender. McDonald now enters the zone. Partridge will get there first. Partridge collects. Pass it off to Zoo. Zoo from the outside. Shot flipped on net over the goalie's head.
Almost a little Odell Beckham Jr. Catch right there.
If only she could have got a glove on it, it would have been very OBJ-esque. But instead, Bonfiglio's heading the other way. It's a one-on-one with Riley Evans. She puts it in her skate, still with control. No goal. Bonfiglio with one of the prettiest plays on either team so far. That was a masterclass on how to get away from a defender and get towards the net. She cut towards the inside instead of shying away like many of her teammates have so far. UMass will draw a penalty on that play as well.
Did you see the move she did? A little bit between the legs, maybe like a little deke at the end?
Yeah, it takes an impressive player to be able to control the puck with your stick as well as your feet. So now URI with the player advantage. Bonfiglio set up under center. We saw this a bunch last night. She tries to fly into the faceoff, but it is defended by the UMass center. URI now down low. Off to the wing, shot on net from the outside, deflected upwards by Shipton, and that one will be out of play. Shot from the outside by number 27, Neve Brereton. Heard a lot about Brereton. She's one of the team's leading scorers. She's got 2 goals, 4 assists for a total of 6 points coming into this game. So URI definitely looking to players like that to right the wrongs of the past 2 games. You got to remember, URI on a 2-game losing streak. They're looking to get. And there it is, a shot on net from the point. That was number 5, Jillian Johannes, the starting left defenseman. She goes out there and does it by herself. It was a right side. It was a glove side shot, finds the back of the net. A lot of commotion in front of the net. We talked about it earlier. When you crowd the front of the net, Shipton's got no idea what's going on, and Johannes adds to that total. URI now leading 2-0. They have their first lead. They've had their first lead in this game. Started off early, but now extending that gap. This is now a 2-goal game.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot by Johannes, and it was pretty far too. But
absolutely
beautiful shot.
UMass can't get much going in the offensive zone. URI chip in. That one was behind the red line, so that will be icing. Only by a couple feet. I didn't know if the ref was going to call that one, but she seemed to have an eye on it. So that one will be all the way back.
It seems like UMass is getting a lot of shots on goal and a lot of shot opportunities. And it's the same as last game. It's just they can't get the shots to go in. And URI is getting the same results as last time, but they are getting the shots to go in.
Yeah, 30 shots and no goals is obviously a testament to Lambert's ability. Not quite sure what's going on here, as this one will be in the UMass defensive zone. I was under the impression that was an icing, but instead they will take it in this zone. URI gets a shot off the whistle. Oh, it was a penalty. That's what it was. Oh, wow. So UMass on the penalty kill once again. These are penalties you can't be giving up. Puck on the back of the net. Players fighting for it. Ref blows the whistle. These are some penalties that you just can't give up at this point. When you're down by 2 goals, you've only got 5 minutes left in the second period. UMass, another difficult penalty in the box is number 14, Sarah Dunford, the defenseman. Shot on net from URI, blocked away by Shipton. Back up to the point. D-to-D pass for URI. They find the woman down low. Slap shot recovered by Shipton. I believe that was Brereton. It was Brereton from the outside. Again, got that feeder pass from Olivia Johnson. URI power play moving very efficiently. This is some of the best communication we've seen from the Rams in 5 periods of play.
Yeah, they've had great puck movement and clear vision to the net. They have 20 shots on goal now, too.
URI with one of their better breakouts. They enter their offensive zone, but Shelby Little sends it out, and Joanna Zhu in a foot race tries to some heavy stick checks, but no call on Bonfiglio there. Oh, and a high hit from URI. No call as well. These are two teams that are really starting to go at it now. Joanna Zhu sends it all the way down. Remember, they're still on the penalty kill. Just about 45 seconds left on the kill. I believe there will be a penalty here. Not sure who won. So 13 for the Rams. That is Ava Buckley, the forward. She will serve the penalty. Not quite sure for. Ref didn't give a signal. So 4-on-4 action now. It's Viskovich and Little on defense with Arguin and I believe that's Gromko on forward. Yeah, that is Hannah Gromko.
UMass just has under 20 seconds coming up left in power play.
Yes, they do. They are currently in 4-on-4, but UMass will start their power play in about 10 seconds, so they'll play with the player advantage. Spack trying to strike while the iron's hot. Fans looking for an interference call on that one. Viskovich gets in the way of the play, but regardless, done now with puck control. Shot from the outside, wide right, great opportunity by Shelby Little. Slot shot also not connected. The puck will go out of play as the UMass penalty expires. They are now on the power play. URI down a player. They still have Ava Buckley in the box for the next 52 seconds.
I like that shot idea, aiming for top right. It was just a little bit too much power to it.
Definitely right idea. See if they can recreate a little magic right now with one of those shots. Evan attempts to keep it in, gets there just in time, sends it down low to Sparrow. Sparrow back up to Evans from the point. Evans looking towards the net, takes the shot, high, collected by Lambert.
What a glove save by Lambert. She got it top right. Amazing save. Had to stand up a bit too.
Yeah, Lambert had eyes on that one. You know she's dangerous on the ground, but it's also becoming an aerial threat as well. 36 seconds to go on this power play. Little and Evans at the point. And it's done. Pearson centered by Sparrow on offense.
Seems like a little delay action.
Ref having something to say with the URI bench. Seemed to be a little contentious. Back up to Evans at the point. Evans over to Little. Little looking towards the net. Low save by Lambert. They send it all the way down, and it's a foot race. Shipton gets there first, though, collected by URI, and a great diving save by Evans from URI. That was number 21, Jenna Stevens, who was in the foot race. She got there first, but Shipton had something to say about it.
I feel like that was a little bit of delay. She was hesitant of getting the puck and skating down the ice. She could have used more speed, and she might have had it.
Right. I think that Stevens pushing herself to the best of her ability, got there, and as Shipton tried to bat it away, still had control of it a little bit. It was in her feet, but not enough to get a good shot opportunity. 9 seconds left on the power play. UMass gets the draw there, looking up ice. Dunn is flying the zone, but instead it will be Pearson, I believe, entering. Penalty expires, even strength now for these two teams. Pass to Pearson. Can't control it. URI now looking up ice. Great back check from Abby Dunn to break up the play. Evans on her backhand. Dunn looks to chip out, makes it past the defender in Brenna Vitelli. Dunn passes it off to Sparrow. Sparrow looking for the shot from the outside. She will wrap around, loses control of it, collected by McDonald. McDonald passes it off to Dunford. Back to McDonald. Back to Dunford at the point. Now McDonald again down low. Wraps around, tries to get it to Partridge, doesn't connect. Foot race, Sarah Dunford will end up on top. She wraps around, loses her footing. Partridge tries to collect.
Under 40 to go.
You are absolutely correct. Under 40 to go in this period. UMass with one last gasp. They have been scoreless after just about 2 periods. Partridge gets a stick on that one, trying to break that streak. Dunford keeps it in. Partridge off her skate. Now URI with a head full of steam. This is 27. Neve Brereton looking for the shot. She lets it go. Blocker save. Rebound. 15 seconds to go. UMass can't get control. Now they're heading up ice. No icing is the call. URI with a chance to recover. 5 seconds left. And that will do it. So another period, another 1-goal period for URI, and another scoreless period for UMass. URI leads 2-0, but UMass still leads in shots. They haven't trailed in shots at all in these last 2 games. Now 32-22. URI played one of their best periods of these 2 matchups. James, what'd you think about that one?
Yeah, I feel like it's a physical battle right now. There's tons of bodies flying. I feel like UMass just needs to get those goals in. And also, URI has changed up their game plan. They are doing great on the forecheck. They're playing great defense. Great defense.
Yeah, they've definitely set up some great scoring opportunities. UMass, most importantly, needs to stay out of the box in the 3rd period, let up a couple brutal penalties, not the ones you want to give up, especially when you're down by a couple goals. But we will see you guys in about 15 minutes as your Minutewomen take on the URI Rams in the last period of the last game of this year. I can't wait for it. We'll see you guys in about 15. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mini Mullins Arena in Amherst, Massachusetts, where your UMass women are trailing the URI Rams by 2 goals. It is a 2-0 matchup so far. URI with the advantage. And as we hear the Kid Rock blasting from the speakers here at Mini Mullins, you got to think about the true rock star of this game, which has been the URI goalie, Amelia Lambert, standing on her head so far. She has a shutout in 2 periods so far. I'm saying the word shutout because I'd like to put the announcer's curse on her so that the UMass Minute Women can hopefully bounce back. 2-0 lead, the most dangerous lead in hockey. Right into the action here with Joanna Zhu on the faceoff. No clear team with the advantage yet. They draw it back to Riley Evans. James, what do you think about this second period?
I think they have to just come out competitive. They have to start off high and take advantage of everything they can get.
And they are doing that so far. Joanna Zhu with some nifty moves. Shot from the outside. Low, a rebound. Partridge can't get a stick on it. Kept in by Evans with a hard slap shot. Blocked away. McDonald trying to make the most of that. A pass out front, but it's deflected by a URI defender. Evans with some time in her own zone now. Evans and Viskovich, the defenders. Not quite sure what happened there. Bodies flying. Joanna Zhu ends up with the puck, passes it off to McDonald. McDonald enters the zone, dumps it in. Joanna Zhu looking to recover. Collected by URI. They wrap it around to Bonfiglio. Bonfiglio with the chip out. Dump, but behind the red line. That one will be icing. I'm not quite sure what the idea was there. That was a too far of a dump from Neve. Brereton sent it in from way behind the red line. So offensive zone draw for the Minute Women to start this period. We're already a minute and change into this third period.
Yeah, a couple dumps off to start off the period, which are, it's kind of interesting, but I mean, URI is just trying to get out of their zone, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. UMass on the draw now. Draws it back to Little. Little and Roach on the line. Now Dunn down low. Dunn back up to Little on her backhand. Sends it back down low for Sparrow. Sparrow and Shapiro fighting down low. Dunn tries to recover. Kept in by Lila Roach to Dunn on the half wall. Dunn bats it away. No icing call for URI. Roach in a foot race now. Time to recover. She makes a spin move. Gets the pass off to Shapiro. Shapiro taking her time now. Tries to send it deep, but it's intercepted by URI. No goal is the call. It was a batted down hand pass. You cannot punch the puck into the net as much as URI would have liked to. As though the puck did find the back of the net, but unfortunately they can't let that one fly.
That was a nice slap shot right there.
Yeah, UMass is lucky that they made it away with just that. The URI defender, right place, right time, gets the shot off. Thank goodness that goal was called back for the Minute Women. Still down 2-0 now. 2 minutes into this third period. They will send it all the way down. Recovered by the URI defender in Jillian Johannes. Oh, wow, and a great play from Sarah Dunford to keep the play alive. Breakout pass back, moving through the neutral zone, intercepted by Dunford. Dunford trying to head the other way. She passed it off to Arguin. Arguin on the dump. Pearson chasing. Now Malquit in the neutral zone. She dumps that in from behind the red line. Recovered by the other URI captain. Facing some heavy stick checks from Hannah Gromko, the captain in Gianna Bonfili. In Olivia Johnson from URI. Trying to impose her will. Wow, and a DDD pass almost intercepted by UMass now. But this is Carrie Balerna trying to enter the zone. She can't quite get control. Back and forth play as URI goes for a full line change. UMass looks to get the advantage here. Balerna on the half wall. Passes it towards the middle. Nobody home on that play. Back in the neutral zone for URI. They attempt to dump, and now it's Evans looking up ice. Evans to Williams. Williams on the outside. Shot goes wide left. Recovered by Balerna on the other half wall. Oh, a big bodies flying play on that one. A lot of body contact going on so far. We saw that a lot in the second period. And similarly in this third so far, Evans passes it off to Balerna. Balerna on her backhand, now forehand. Passes it off to Alden Carlstein, but it's URI now heading the other way. Chip in, dump off the glass. Evans recovers in her own zone. That is Balerna on the wall, trying to chip it out. Again, trying to get it out. Can't get it past the defender.
Wow, it's back and forth here. Really close, and you'll see here right here.
Yeah, Joanna Zhu coming in with speed. She's edged to the outside by the URI defender in number 24, Brianna Vitelli. Vitelli breaks up the play, but it's McDonald with the puck now. Zhu down low. She drops it back to Zhu.
Not that many shots so far.
Oh, haven't been able to set up any great scoring opportunities. Little now in the neutral zone, looks to enter the zone. She passes it off to the URI defender, but kept alive by UMass. They will enter the zone here. Zhu leads the charge. I take it back. Bonfiglio gets a stick on it. They are heading the other way. Bonfiglio shoots from a knee, a great shot, but it's stick saved by Shipton. Kelsey Partridge all over the ice right now. She keeps it in the offensive zone. She goes for a change. Great shift from Partridge there. She was everywhere she needed to be. Little now enters the zone by herself. Brushes off a defender. Centers it to Dunn. Can't get the shot off.
UMass just isn't capitalizing right now that they should be.
Abby Dunn getting her cardio in right now. Every time it clears the zone, she's making those hard stops right outside the blue line. Back into the play, fighting down low. Now it is Shapiro. Shapiro with the shot from the outside. Stick save by Lambert. Dunn gets tripped up below the net, and tripping it will be.
I want to see UMass use the speed that they have, the agility that they have, and they're just not using it right now.
I have to disagree. Those last two shifts were about as cohesive as this team could possibly get. They've been moving with speed. The communication has been great. Their offensive zone presence has been incredible. And Abby Dunn marching around out there, using that speed, trying to get those puck battles, draws the penalty on Penelope Spack. The captain again heads to the box. That's at least her second penalty of the game. Shot from the point from Evans. That one's blocked away by Lambert. Little down low now. Passes that one off to Pearson. Pearson tried for a cross ice pass.
Did that
to
hit Lambert's shoulder when she got the save?
I believe so. Could have been. This is Hannah Gromko looking up ice. Gromko, the leading point scorer for this team, looks to center the feed. Looking for Pearson. Instead, it's Evans at the point. Evans passes it off to Little. Little over the side. Shoots it right to the URI defender who sends it all the way down. Evans now needs to recover. URI goes for a full four-person change. Evans still on the recovery. Gives URI time to set up that missed pass. It will escape their defensive zone. And this is Shapiro trying to make it past the defenders. Delayed offsides as Lily Sparrow just crossed the line too late.
Almost a minute left on the power play.
Yeah, this has been a great power play so far. A lot of action, but also a great penalty kill from the Rams. That's at least their third clear of this penalty kill alone. Viskovich now out there with Little. Viskovich looking up ice. She finds Shapiro, who passes it off to Sparrow. Sparrow now in the corner. Holds on to it, passes off to Dunn. Dunn to Little, high slot shot deflected. Zone clearage by Jillian Johannes, but they're heading back the other way. Dunn pokes it through the defenders. Recovered by Shapiro.
Ooh, that was a close one.
Shots in front of the net. Lambert still remains perfect so far. Dunn now with the wraparound. She passes it up to Little on the point. Done to Viskovic. High slot, can't control it. It escapes the zone. And the captain. Wow, chippy play there, but now Dunn using her speed. Faces some heavy defense from the URI defenders, but the penalty kill is over. Full strength here at Mini Mullins. We are almost halfway through the third period here. Both teams remain scoreless in the third period, but Joanna Zhu has something to say about it as she enters the zone with speed. She's made it past 3 defenders, but gets tied up. Now back to recover. It is McDonald who passed it over to Dunford. Dunford enters the zone. Zhu on her backside. That's a big puck battle. Now a URI defender on her backside. Dunford at the point, looks to get a shot off. Defended by URI. Lambert ends up on her rear end. This is just chaos right now.
Yeah, and that was a nice save. Almost a full split. Well, kind of a full split. And now she has 37 saves now. Lambert has 37 saves.
Well, Lambert is known for that. Lambert had 40 saves in all of 3 periods last night. So far, 37, and there's still 11 minutes to go in this game. Lambert standing on her head so far. UMass hasn't found the answer yet. Evans with a hard D-to-D pass to Sarah Dunford, who keeps it alive. Partridge with a shot from the outside. High shot recovered by Lambert.
It was a pretty hard pass, and it led to a pass after that. And it was a decent shot, but Lambert saves it again.
A lot of communication going on here. Riley Evans, who just had that D-to-D pass, heads to the bench, replaced by Malquit. It's Malquit and Dunford now on the line. High chip off the glass and off a player for URI. Sends it all the way down into their offensive zone, but Sarah Dunford moving with speed now. Can't get it past. Bonfiglio finds it in her skates. Dunford gets it out of the zone. Delayed offsides for URI. UMass with a chance to recover. It will be Malquit. Passes it up to McDonald. Shea McDonald with the dump and change. URI with a D-to-D pass. Can't connect. Malquit pinches. This is Balerna now on the hash. Shot from the outside. Stick save by Lambert. URI looking up ice. Chip out, turnover to Little. Little to Williams. Williams got open ice. Uses her speed. Shot from the outside. Deflects off the glove. Rebound still recovered by Lambert.
Wow, that hit her glove. Almost went in, but Julia Williams used her speed. She has tons of speed, and she could have maybe gone closer.
Yeah, that's a dangerous thing to see if you're URI. Julia Williams with an open lane towards the goalie. She got there as quick as she could, let a beautiful shot off. So much so that Lambert couldn't even control it in her glove, but ends up getting it on the ground. Little now from the point, a low shot deflected right. Little again with an opportunity, this one even more so. Lila Roach keeps it in.
UMass this period is taking control in their offensive zone, but they just
Little
can't.
looking for the stretch pass. Finds Pearson at the red line, who keeps moving. Shelby Little now. Dancing through the defenders, goes by herself to the outside now, cuts toward the inside. Forehand, backhand, shot on net, defended. Puck is still loose. Bodies flying everywhere. Refs, no whistle yet. A wraparound. Centering feed from Ivory Arguin. There's nobody home but a URI defender. Now URI on the half wall has the player advantage, trying to win those puck battles. But Arguin comes out on top with it on her backhand, flips it towards the middle. Shapiro looking for the shot.
Wow, UMass is taking a lot of control in their offensive zone, but Lambert has 42 saves now. She just broke her record from last game.
Right, Lambert faced 45 shots last night with 40 saves. She has already passed that total now with 42 in this game.
Sophie Shipton's still having a good game, though. She's only allowed 2 goals.
Yeah, one in the first, one in the second. Perfect so far in this third. Has yet to face a crazy test, but there is a shot. That one was actually deflected by a UMass defender. Big body contact, wrong place, wrong time for both of those girls. They go down in a heap. That was Viskovich who gets another nudge to the ground after the play. That's Sparrow on the breakout, hands it over to Shapiro. Shapiro cuts to the inside, shot high, and a goal from Maya Shapiro. And what a beauty it was. She went for the outside and cut to the inside with confidence, went top shelf, gets the Minute Women on the board for the first time in this game and cuts the lead to 1.
What a bar down goal. Hit the crossbar and went straight down for a bar down goal.
Absolutely.
Maya Shapiro is a great player. What a shot and what a goal.
Absolutely beautiful shot from Maya Shapiro. Didn't have a point in last night's game, but opens up the scoring for the Minute Women. An impressive game so far, putting the team on her back. Now UMass only down by 1. Rebound, back and forth action. Could have been a tie game right there, but instead Shelby Little now looking to recover. McDonald sends it back in her own zone. Little taking control. Little wraps around, looks up ice. Nobody home for the stretch pass. That one will be icing.
Well, really intense the last couple of possessions. Multiple saves, but also that goal really is great for UMass.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it a little bit. UMass finally trying to get off of their heels. They've got their back against the wall. They're in survival mode. When you're down by 2 goals, you can't be thinking incredibly defensively. Every time you've got the puck, you need to be looking up ice. You need to be focused on just trying to find the back of the net. Thank goodness Maya Shapiro does just that. But UMass forced to play a little defense now as they're in their own offensive zone. But a foot race as Kelsey Partridge tries to break up the play. URI in their own neutral zone looking to enter, and they do. Shot from the point from URI. Oh, and it's deflected by Kelsey Partridge, who's heading up ice. She's in a foot race. It's 1-on-1. She finds the inside, takes the shot, collected by Lambert. Great effort from Kelsey Partridge there. Wasn't going to get a great opportunity when you're in a race such as that one, but she does her best, cuts to the inside, gets the shot off. But Lambert, it's just a demon down low. You knew that that one was getting swallowed up. A stick save, scoop that one up. Less than 7 to go in the third period to finish this matchup. And I am feeling raucous right now. This music is getting me going. There's less than 7. A 1-goal game. UMass leads heavily in shots, still 45-24. And there will be a penalty on the visitors.
This gives UMass a huge chance to capitalize.
Huge opportunity as Brenna Vitelli heads to the box. We said it earlier, UMass can't take any penalties here, but they won't pass up a URI penalty as UMass now with the player advantage. It's Shelby Little who passes it over. Centering feed, Shapiro looking for her second, can't get a stick on it. Evans with a chance to recover, it'll send all the way down. Evans looking for the stretch pass, and Shapiro elects to go instead to Lily Sparrow. Sparrow makes a move, passes it off to Little. Little enters the zone now. Little looking towards the middle, can't find Sparrow. Now it's Dunn on the outside. Dunn down low, looking for Shapiro rather, and couldn't find her. Great play from Shelby Little, the hand-eye coordination. She bats that one down to keep the play alive. Shapiro playing a little defense, trying to keep the puck in the offensive zone, set up a power play. Shapiro now slows the game down. She's got Dunn down low. Dunn pass deflected by the URI defender in Jillian Johannes. Shapiro with another shot and another goal. Shapiro with the team on her back. scores her second of the game to tie this matchup. There's a little over 5 minutes in this game, and Shapiro has single-handedly put this team on her back and has put the UMass Minute women back in this game. Fresh start, 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes and 40 seconds, that is. What do you think about that one, James?
Yeah, that was great. Maya Shapiro with her second goal. That's unbelievable. She is a great player again, I have to mention. And that's a 46-shot on goal, and that was amazing.
Pearson now chips it in. Pass towards the middle, recovered by UMass. Shelby Little with a shot on net, and they find the back of the net again! Shelby Little with the shot from the point, hit the, I believe, the far post, rebound, sent home by Kennedy Pearson. Pearson came into this game with only 1 goal and 6 assists. Now she adds to that impressive total, now with 2 goals on this season. And the Minute Women with the goal advantage. What a third period this has been. Already 3 goals so far. Now the Rams on their heels for the first time this game. They let a shot go, kick towards the net. Shipton still got it. Puck still loose. Fight in front of the net. Little comes out on top of it. Pearson escapes the zone.
Wow, this is really
DDD pass for UMass, or DDD pass for URI. Recovered by UMass, but URI still comes out on top of it. Shelby Little flips it out of the zone. Chance to recover for URI. Look for a pass up the middle, and they will connect on it. Enter the offensive zone, but swallowed up by Lila Roach. Shea McDonald with the pass to Joanna Zhu. Can't find it. Now it's Kelsey Partridge with the stick lift now on the half wall. Faces some body contact from the captain, Olivia Johnson. A shot. Lambert falls behind, but Bonfiglio ends up on top. Tries to flip it out of the zone, but Riley Evans bats it down. Oh, they call her for a hand pass. Not quite sure about that one. I thought that she caressed it towards the ground, well within legal limit, but ref didn't think so. So they will charge Evans with the hand pass. Face off right outside of the UMass offensive zone. McDonald enters with speed, lets the shot go, and it is corralled by Lambert.
See, UMass is about to hit 50 shots on goal this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got 48 so far, and up until this point, it was getting a little scary. That number kept rising, but no goals yet. But they have definitely been fine in the goals department so far in this third period. Shapiro with 2 of her own, and then Kennedy Pearson adding to that. URI splits the defenders. Goes for a backhanded shot there. Kennedy Pearson moving with speed, but can't escape the zone. She circles back around, still ends up with the puck. She's now in the neutral zone. Somehow still within the play. Joanna Zhu bats it in. McDonald gets in the way. Tries to send it deep. It's ricocheted back out to Zhu. Zhu looking for any help. Tries to hit Shapiro, who's flying the zone. 2-on-2 for URI. They hand it over to UMass. Shapiro now in the neutral zone. She's had 2 already tonight. Let's see if she's got another in her. She hands it off to Abby Dunn. Dunn shot from the outside. Bounces around. Lambert corrals it.
I like the idea by Abby Dunn. That's great. That was just great overall. It's just they couldn't get the shot in.
And an unselfish play from Shapiro. The drop pass to Dunn, who had a better look on it. Shapiro able to crowd the net and look for that rebound off that play. Timeout called. UMass leads 3-2 and leads in shots 49-27. There's a little over 3 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, 3-2
So-
game. I feel like this game was 2-0. And this period, third period, has been UMass's period. They have
Absolutely.
done great.
If URI won the first and second period, UMass has definitely won the third period up until this point, but they need to keep their foot on the gas. If you're URI, James, what are you saying on the bench to get that 1 goal deficit back to a tie?
I'm saying to establish an offensive game like they did at the first couple periods. In this third period, UMass has been on on URI's defensive zone most of the time, and UMass has taken over.
UMass has definitely taken over. That's a great way to put it, but game is not over yet. There's a lot of hockey left, as they say. Have to imagine URI might be looking for the goalie pull later in this game, but when you think about it, the MVP has been Amelia Lambert. So do you really want to take her out of this game?
I feel like I don't know if they should take her out.
DDD pass for Little, doesn't connect. URI heading up ice. That is 21, Jenna Stevens. Stevens still trying to gain control of the puck. Pass up to the defender in Johannes. They do pull the goalie. UMass with the man advantage. A chip out from Little. Maya Shapiro now in a foot race. She's trying to gain control. Delayed offside. Shelby Little chips it in. A little miscommunication in the defensive zone for URI, but they still head the other way. Little tries to send it all the way down. That one will be an icing. Difficult for UMass here as URI gets the chance to set up a play. If I was a betting man, I'd say Bonfiglio is going to stay high and look for the shot. It seems as though that's what she's going to do. We've seen this a lot. They try to tie it up on the faceoff so Bonfiglio can fly the faceoff, but that was not enough on that play. We got Shapiro on the wall, chips it towards the middle. This is Jillian Johannes again trying to set up the offense, but instead a wide shot right from Lily Sparrow. URI forced to recover in their own zone with no goaltender. Johannes tries to split the defenders.
Almost 2 minutes remaining.
Sage Moore tries to set up the offense. URI enters the offensive zone. It's Bonfiglio up the middle. UMass clears the zone. URI with a chance to recover, still with the player advantage. Hannah Gromko gets in the middle of that one. Kennedy Pearson trying to become a piece of it, but URI sends it all the way down. Shipton sets up a play. Little now trying to command the offense. Shot from the point. It's deflected all around. Little ends up on top of it, but it's given over to URI. Shot from the point deflected by Abby Malquit. Little from all the way downtown comes right at us.
Wow, that was crazy. The puck coming right at us.
Shelby Little trying for a high clear off the glass. Missed it by a couple inches and then gave the I'm sorry to the fans. Obviously not her intention. But UMass, with just over a minute left in this game, takes a defensive zone draw. Pearson clears it off that play, but URI still in control. Shot from the point. Saved by Shipton.
Amazing save by Shipton in that situation.
Malquit rims it around. Pearson on the wall. Tries to chip it out. Lots of UMass bodies, but no one controlling the puck yet. Pearson now with empty ice from way downtown. It's defended. Blocked by Emma Ryan. Got in the middle of that one. Putting her body on the line to defend those shots. And Bonfiglio does the same. Just over 30 seconds to go in this matchup. URI with one last gas. Bonfiglio can't control that one. And it's Shelby Little who makes the play off of the stick. And another defensive play. That shot doesn't quite find the net. Abby Malquit now passes it off to Kelsey Partridge, who chips it out and into her own bench. 15 exactly to go in this third period.
15 seconds left. What do you think URI is going to do in this situation?
If they're in their offensive zone, Bonfiglio is going to be under center quarterback in this play. Have to imagine the center, number 28, ties this up. That would be Riley Bain. Oh, well. I get a second to actually think about this, as there is another timeout called with 15 seconds left. I have to imagine that Bain ties it up off of the faceoff. Bonfiglio gets in. Let's go. One of those signature on one knee shots. And if I am the UMass side, Joanna Zhu should know that that tie up is coming. Get on top of that. Draw it back. You've got competent defenders in Shelby Little and Hope Viskovich. And what UMass needs to do is just eat clock. You've got 15 seconds left. All you need to do is keep your foot on the gas. Make sure to keep the pucks away from the net. And honestly, I would focus on trying to get it to the outside, stay against the walls, and make sure that URI can't set up any scoring opportunities.
Yeah, totally. Taking up the time is a great idea. Keeping along the boards is a great idea. We can't allow any goal right now. It's 3-2 with 15 seconds left. And especially Shelby Little, she can contribute a lot to this team and bring a lot of speed. That
Absolutely.
can help out taking away this time.
The captain in Shelby Little. It's clear that there is a leadership presence from the defender. Wasn't a starter tonight. It was Evans and Viskovich. But at the end of the game, with 15 seconds left, Little still in the play. She lines up on the left wing under center.